Okay, so we're going to look at making an array or a list that has one name, price, and 20 parts to it. So first of all, I can make my code more efficient by just taking out these 3 lines, and it's now the whole variable is called price, and I'm going to just indicate by comment that it's an array, let's put in brackets, or a list of real numbers. So already I've taken out 3 lines of code, and given that each line of code takes up main memory, I've made my program shorter by 3 lines. Now I'm going to change it so that all of these can go, and I'm just going to repeat these lines. So let's put in the end repeat. So up here, this is going to be a fixed loop, and I'm going to make the loop go around for all of the 20 prices. So I'm going to put equals 1 to 20, and I'm going to ask them to enter price. Let's just put price, and then in brackets here, this is the index into my variable price that's going to have 20 parts. So at the moment I'd just be putting in price 1. So I need to have in here a variable that's going to change from 1 to 20. And thinking of the right word for this variable, the right name for this variable, can be a little tricky. It doesn't matter in a way what you use, because you're just using it to index into the array. So you could call it index, and that's often quite a good word to use. We're talking about which price we're putting in, so we could call it which price, could call it price number, you could even call it, put in jam sandwich there in a way, but that wouldn't be a meaningful variable name. So I think I'm going to go back to, well, let's call it price number for the moment. We could change that later if it starts to feel not quite the right word. So I've got price number. I'm changing from 1 to 20. So in the square brackets here, I'm going to use that loop variable to index into my array, my list, that's been called price. So this is my loop variable, and I've put it between the square brackets that I'm using to denote an array or a list. So let's just see if that compiles all right, and it does. I'm going to do the same thing down here. I've got very repetitive lines, so I'm going to take out all of them except one, and I'm going to put repeat with, and I will use the same loop index, so the index into the array. I could change the word, I could have a different word there. In fact, let's just put this in here. So I'm making price number go from 1 to 20, and I'm putting that in the square brackets so that the contents of the array will be printed out. So you can see that already the code is looking a lot neater and shorter, so it's taken me less time to type this in, and from a coding point of view, from the actual program, there are fewer lines of code, so it's taking up less memory, so it's efficient in that sense. So let's just see that working. We've got enter the prices: £4, £8, £7, £9, and one more £2. Oh, I put 20 there. That's going to take forever, so let me just cancel through that, and I'll just change that to 4 so that we're not here forever testing this program. So £6, £7, £5, whoops, £4, £5, and there are my prices coming out. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to just put in some code to make it look a bit more like money. So I'm going to concatenate, so I use the ampersand sign just to concatenate or stick a pound sign on the front there. So let's just see that happen. I've got my pound signs in, and I'm also going to format my price so that it looks a bit more like money. I'm going to give it 2 decimal places, so I have to put in a little formatting code, which is with the quote sign, then a percentage, 0.2, that's the number of decimal places, and F. So this is a little formatting code. F stands for floating point number, which we use, well, you can say it's a real number, a floating point number, 2 decimal places, and it'll get a pound sign. Let's just see that working. So £6, £4, £3, £7, and there we go. It looks more like money now. I'm going to stop the video here, and video 3 will show you about other things that we can do to make the code more efficient.